Good evening, my cherished settlers. I bid you welcome once more to our humble lands. Today we turn our gaze to the nourishment of our people, expanding our food villages that no belly go empty. Our militia shall be reshaped with care, that they stand strong and true in the face of peril. And our stores of fuel shall grow, to keep hearth and forge alike ablaze. Stay with me, cherished settler, for the work is plenty and the hour is upon us. Heyo and welcome to another episode of Build and Battle Season 4, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In the last episode, we expanded the manor by adding new backyard burgage plots to boost our food supply, fought off a bandit attack, and grew our town in a big way, welcoming nearly 20 new families to New Numeria. So if you happen to miss the last episode, then click on the info card above, or if you're looking for a new Manor Lords series to binge watch, then check out the entire Build and Battle Season 4 playlist located in the description below. In this episode, we're doubling down on our food empire, expanding our first food village and setting up a second one. We'll also shake things up with the militia, reassigning some of the units and breaking down the strategy behind it. After that, it's back to upgrading our urban core and finally putting all those lazy workers to use. Because in Numeria, everyone has a job to do. So are you enjoying Build and Battle Season 4? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and let me know in the comments what you're most excited to see in the upcoming episodes. If you can't wait to see the new season unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't miss out on our Build and Battle Season 4 merchandise linked in the description below. Alrighty, I'm wicked excited to jump into today's episode. So kick back, grab your beverage of choice, and please enjoy. To kick things off today, I'm expanding the first food village we started last episode, right here between the barley farms. I'm sticking with the corpse pit layout for maximum space efficiency in this area. The plan is to fit in about 3 burgage plots, mixing it up with 2 vegetable gardens since they're cheap and grow year-round, and 1 apple orchard for a big food boost right before winter. The orchard will take 3 to 4 years to fully mature, but it'll be worth it. For now, let's jump in and see if we can squeeze in those 3 plots, making sure each can support 2 families to keep things efficient coming harvest time. Next up, I'm starting our second food village and I'm placing it near the first barley farm. We've got plenty of room to expand here if we need it, and that's the primary reason I'm choosing this area. For this one, I'm going with the Brondo style burgage plots again to mirror the layout of our first food village and for its efficiency. So let's dive in and get it built, and honestly, wish me luck because this method always seems to give me trouble whenever I try it. Okay, well, admittedly, it was not the most efficient of burgage plots, but hopefully it will look nice. The bigger issue is we now have another band of raiders. So, I do not know where that territory is. Okay, over here. I actually have no idea where they're going to come in. I'm going to assume they're going to come in this area here. So, let's get the army. And let's rally them somewhere. Let's rally them here. Now, this is the only thing, is if they come in from this particular territory, there's no bridges we can really pinch point them on. So we're honestly, hopefully going to be okay. I mean, I felt pretty confident at least each time that we were annihilating them on the bridges, but it's been a while since we've had to annihilate them without the river dividing us. Let's try something here. Let's actually pull one of the polearm units back because I want to try something a little later on. All right, here we go. Well, that was easy. Okay, one already broke. One just engaged with our right-hand polearms and easily broke. And easily broke. Wow, that almost felt broken. That actually almost felt broken. They came up on us and instantly ran away. Well, that's gonna be a thing. Not sure how I feel about that. Well, I guess while we're here, I've been thinking it's time to reorganize our militia. After those last few battles on the bridges where we were honestly absolutely crushing the bandits, it's wicked clear we've got a strategic advantage, especially when they're coming over the rivers. And obviously we have an intimidation factor if we're not, fighting bandits over the river. Since the bandits usually have crossed one of the bridges to reach us, it's been wicked easy to kind of pinch point them and rain arrows from above. So I'm shifting our focus. We'll disband one of the polearms and replace it with a crossbowman. This will give us 4 crossbow units, 2, I think, polearms. I have to do my math again. Yeah, 2 polearms, and then we'll still have our garrison as a backup. The idea here is to have the crossbowmen take out as many of the bandits before they get across the bridge, leaving cleanup duty to just the polearms. The garrison will stay on standby just in case we need it. So let's jump in, let's make those changes, give the blacksmith a minute to catch up with our new loadout, and then I guess disband everyone and get back to building. Next up, I want to boost our fuel production, specifically charcoal if we can manage it. Here's the plan. I'm going to add 1 more charcoal pit to our fuel zone. Normally, I'd build a few new burgage plots to support it, but I think the neighborhood we added last episode should provide enough workers for now, and they're in close proximity. I also want to avoid having too many idle workers since they'll just burn through our food and fuel without contributing really anything to the settlement. So let's get that charcoal pit up and running, assign some workers from the new plots, and let the game kind of run a bit. If we notice a shortage of firewood for the burners, we'll look into adding another woodcutter in a future episode. finally, let's wrap up by tackling a few miscellaneous tasks to keep our surplus workforce busy, starting with upgrading the granary near our first food village. This will help speed up movement to and from the nearby burgage plots growing vegetables and apples. We'll also assign this granary its own territory focused on supporting the food village. The only thing I'm still unsure about is whether we need to include a marketplace within that territory or if the granary will continue to sell throughout our existing marketplaces instead. If you know the answer, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Next up, I could have sworn I upgraded one of the burgage plots near this barley farm to include a brewery. But when I checked, it was still sitting at level 1 with no backyard extension. So let's fix that. We'll upgrade it to a level 2 and then add in the brewery backyard extension. Since breweries use artisan labor, this will reduce our surplus workforce by 1 or 2 families, but it's a solid trade-off for the boost in beer production. And finally, I'm going to assign a lot of our surplus workers to our farmhouses. Typically, you only need one family to tend one Morgan, but I figured we have the extra hands to get the job done faster. This will also solve some of the fields not being fully rotated each year. So let's just max out all of these real quick. Alrighty everyone, I think we will wrap up today's episode right about here. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on today's build. If you're excited to see the next episode unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't forget to check out our Build and Battle Season 4 merchandise linked in the description below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.